When I react, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the one reacting just to you. When I comment, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the one commenting on you. Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Foodie Beauty, and oh my god, she moves fast. I haven't even put out the second video that I recorded of hers yet, and she's already, like, blowing me out of the water, so I need to rethink my strategy on this one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but she is way out ahead of me, and that's not even counting the lives that I know she's been doing. So yeah, I don't know, we may have to do like I did earlier with Amber, like when I very first started the channel and I put out like a bunch of Amber videos all at once because I was trying to get caught up. We may have to do something similar to that. The other thing I'm going to try to do is maybe react to 2 videos per video, because I am going to speed her up quite a bit. So again, if you speed me up, which I highly recommend that you do, and she sounds like she's a chipmunk on crack, that's why I have sped her up and you have sped me up, and now we're all talking fast. So, all right, so I already recorded another video, and I think I'm gonna skip putting that one up because I think I want to jump ahead. I don't need to react to every single video she does because I don't think it's that important yet. And I want to get caught up. I feel like once I get caught up, I can better react to everything. But if there's a particular video recent, like within the last 2 weeks, that you feel like I probably need to go over, let me know, and I will go back and do it. And that's where we're at right now. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who hit the thumbs up button. If you've made it this far, you might have made it. Yeah, if you've made it all like 2 minutes into the video, you should subscribe. Why not? Pourquoi? But anyway, this is her not a demure cheat day meal, broasted chicken and chips mukbang. Man, I want some broasted chicken now. That's good stuff. I did mention in the first video that we did that she definitively has a cycle, and I was wondering how, because her cycle is very fast, very, very quick. And I was wondering how long we would have to wait for her to basically fall off the wagon. This video is 5 days ago up to today, which is October the 17th. And the last video the first video I reacted to of hers was How Much Do I Really Weigh Now, which was 12 days ago. So maybe I just haven't been paying attention. Maybe that's on me. Anyway, but we're gonna just jump here to the cheat day that she's having. It took her 2 weeks. So her cheat day came about a week after her day 1 on her new cycle. So I'm not gonna say I wasn't expecting it. I'm actually, I know this sounds rude, I'm actually surprised it took her a week, because I was kind of expecting it after like day 3, honestly, because she, like I said, her cycle is very fast. So there's that. I'm going to speed her up. I'm going to speed her up to 1.5 times. I know that's a lot faster than I normally watch anybody, but I think we can get away with it here. This video is about 14.5 minutes long, and I'm going to reserve the rest of my thoughts until we get into this, so let's go.
Hello, foodie beauties.
Well, hello
I
there.
love her intro.
Did you know that you can record one happy?
Nope.
Just let me.
Nope.
Hey guys, I'm gonna save the pita bread. They eat pita bread pretty much with everything here in the Middle East.
Pita bread with fried chicken? I mean, it's broasted, but whatever. So the chips are more like waffle fries? I was expecting like chips, like American chips. So that's interesting.
Foggy, or is it just my vision? Alright.
It's probably your vision.
Alright, so what do I have? This is broasted chicken, which is basically fried chicken, but like on steroids.
True.
Halal chickens are not really literally on steroids. That's the beauty of halal meat. You should try it out. They don't pump their chickens with anything.
That doesn't make
the
fried chicken healthier.
So, we have an Alsi cola.
Cool.
Which is a Middle Eastern cola from Saudi Arabia. Shout out Saudi Arabia. We have some coleslaw. We have some 2 chicken breasts. Salah doesn't like the breasts. Yeah.
Me either.
So wait your turn, man. And we have some giant potato slices. And it's delicious. So let's dig in. Let's dig in. Bismillah, beauty bites.
I was corrected in my chat, in my comment section. Apparently, it is very common to just kind of like randomly say phrases. I guess. So here we are.
I love coleslaw.
I do not. I feel like I could have sped her up to like 1.75 and probably we would be doing good. I don't like watching her eat. So if we skip over it, that's what's happened.
My table's creaking because I'm fat. What do you want? Anyway.
This is a video that she edited to put up. Putting that out there. I really do feel like I could speed her up even more. I think we'll be okay though.
I ate a bone. Oh. I'm like the girl I used to work with. When I used to work a normal job, I used to work with this girl. She used to eat bones. I was quite
okay. I'm 90% sure she's making that up just because I'm 90% sure she went into one of her lie zones, but I'm not as familiar with Foodie as I am with Amber, so.
settling.
But I also know that Foodie lies a lot, and a lot of her stories are just basically either completely made up or she's using someone else's story, or sometimes apparently she just retells movies and television shows and pretends like it's her story. So here we are then.
Wait, cat. My cat wants to share this with me, but it's my cheat day.
Don't feed your cat people food. You know what I have? I got new slimes because they're Halloween themed, and this one's called Sleep Paralysis. Okay, but anyway. Isn't it pretty? Ooh, it's way more interesting than watching her chew food. Here we are, but I'm going to use my emotional support slime to get me through this, so here we go.
I'm trying so hard. Don't I look exhausted? Like, I'm exhausted.
I'm tired. So tired.
I feel like I'm trying so hard to be demure.
At no point, at any point that I have watched her, would I ever use the word demure to describe Foodie Beauty. Maybe Miriam is supposed to be demure? The Chantal? No.
What? What?
I see cat whiskers.
And I feel a lot of pressure to be like, oh. Excuse me.
Someone who doesn't double fist food into your face and chew like a heathen on camera? That's asking too much? Apparently. Okay.
It feels literally like, I don't know, but I just need a day of like letting it out, you know? So here we are. I'm gonna hurry and eat this because it's getting on my nerves. It's very messy.
Do keep in mind I do have her sped up, so if she's wolfing the food down, it is because she's sped up, but I also know that she eats very quickly, and
I know.
do you?
You guys would like me to go back to being a total mess.
Not really. No. I would like to see you
Go back
improve
to?
yourself.
I'm still a total mess.
This is true.
Why do you hide your bodily functions from us now? Why don't you write on?
Who's disappointed that she's not farting on camera anymore? Didn't she recently fart on camera anyway? Who is asking these questions? Chantal, do not listen to them.
On camera. You guys, I'm in the Middle East.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to get arrested for public indecency?
Okay, first off, you're in your own home. So I'm pretty sure women are allowed to fart in their own homes. I don't know. I could be wrong. Secondly, I don't think anybody's like, you know, I'm about to say something that I'm not 100% sure about. I don't think anybody's asking you to go out into public and just start flagellating as all over the place like a big ass balloon, just letting it all out. I don't think anybody's asking for that. I could be very wrong.
Yes.
The cat looks really upset.
Do you want some chicken or something? Didn't I not just give you a piece of my chicken? So ungrateful. I'm in a weird mood today.
Cat should be grateful it's alive.
Of course I'm gonna give her more chicken. Why? Because she controls my life.
Have you gotten her fixed yet? Because otherwise I don't believe you.
It's as simple as that. That was a hair. Yeah, you call me bald, but I sure have enough hair in my food. Why am I in such a weird mood? Did I take my meds today? Anyway, I call this Goral dinner.
I mean, I do too. I don't even have to pause in order to interject because that's how much silence there is. I wanted chicken before she started eating.
So I don't feel like myself. I feel like I'm trying to be somebody I'm not. Someone who should be acting 40. Or someone who should, you know, be acting a certain way. Demure. And it's not helping that right now being demure is trending, you know?
Okay, look, the only reason you're using the word demure is because it's trending. It is not a common word. So don't sit here and try to pretend like you were using the word demure before everybody else was. Sometimes I wonder when she gets this look on her face when she's been wolfing food down. I sometimes wonder if, like, there's some kind of chemical process that's occurring in her brain at this point where, like, the fact that she's just wolfed down an entire pile of chips plus coleslaw plus the majority of 2 chicken breasts in under 10 minutes. I just wonder if, like, that has caught up with her and she's or she realizes that the meal is almost over and now she's depressed about it. Like, it's always something that she does in every food meal, every eating video I've ever seen of hers, where at some point in the meal, usually close to the end of it, she's like, and I can't tell if that's because she's depressed that the meal is over or if, like, her stomach is full but she's gonna keep pushing.
Anyway.
Why is she only eating with one hand? What is the other hand doing? Do I want to know?
I mean, I'm happy. I can't be...
You look happy.
One of those, you know, I can't be a woman who always acts feminine and woman-like and demure.
You can see the amount of contempt she has for whoever this, like, hypothetical woman is in her head. Like, she started off with this very elaborate eye roll all the way up to the top before she started even listing off these feminine qualities that she believes, like, whoever this person in her head would have. I wonder if she's not imagining someone specific when she's doing this, or if she's just like, you know, Barbie. She's just got it out for Barbie kind of a thing. I don't know. But you can tell that she has a lot of contempt for whoever this mystical woman is. Maybe it's the cat.
And excuse me, I'll have the salad.
I think the whole phrase is very mindful, very demure. I think the mindful part is the more important part of that. I don't know. I'm not the one that originated the phrase, but I don't have anything wrong with the phrase. You know, you're being mindful and you're also being demure. There's nothing wrong with either of those two things. And I mean, it doesn't, in my head, it doesn't mean that you have to eat the salad. You're just maybe taking more than 10 minutes to eat 2 whole chicken breasts. Putting it out there. You know, like, chew your food 20 times before you swallow. I don't know. She's astounding to me.
One of the main reasons our relationship works, by the way.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
He likes the dark meat. I like the white meat.
Dark meat's better. Hands down, dark meat's better.
Imagine how long your marriage would last if you had to fight over which kind of meat you like.
We don't fight over it. I just get enough that we can both have some.
There ain't enough chicken breasts to go around, baby.
I don't know if anybody can answer this for me, but where is her other hand? Is she supporting herself by pushing down on her chair with her one hand so that she can have the other hand free? Is that what's happening? Is like she's literally pushing down on something with this arm? I'm very confused because that's kind of what it looks like is happening. Either that or she's holding her napkin in her lap, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a napkin because she's never had a napkin, so that would be far too demure for our girl to have a napkin. I don't know. Her posture is very interesting to me here.
Do I care? If you ask me right now? No. If you ask me in an hour, I'll probably change my mind. Because I can't consistently keep my mind in one place.
I mean, therapy, meds, mindfulness. I know I'm asking a lot here.
I don't know, probably need Adderall or something. Anyway.
What would any of the girls honestly be like if they finally got medicated to the point where their brains weren't actively working against them and got therapy to actually work through their issues? What would they be like? You know, what kind of people would they be? They'd be quitters. But I'm always thinking about what would they be like? Her, Amber, Anna, April. What would they be like if they got help, like effective help that actually was working, not, you know, just trying to find the right med, because that does occur. So I don't know. I'm just always, I know this hypothetical person will never exist because none of them will ever go do that. But I'm just kind of like, what would they actually be someone likable? Someone relatable if they did that? I don't know.
So, thanks for listening to me vent. I feel like I have a right to do that sometimes.
Venting usually implies that you're saying more than 5 words at a time in between shoveling food into your mouth as fast as humanly possible.
You know, I mean, we all have to let it out. If you hold it in, you're probably just going to explode later and make a bigger mess than what you originally intended to do.
You would know.
If you want more life lessons like that, let me know in the comments below. I got you. Anyway, I guess that's it. That's my cheat meal. I'm on a cheat day.
No, you should only, I'm not giving you advice.
I forgot about that. A cheat day. I've been cooking non-stop for like 10 days. Something I never do.
Horrors. I can't imagine cooking every meal I eat in a day. Oh, wait.
And yes, I did say I plan on maybe cooking 5 to 6 nights a week. And I'm overdue for my cheat day of ordering out. That was a chicken bone earlier. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the future. If I don't choke on that chicken bone. Bye!
I feel like there's minutes of my life I will never have back. But I also feel like her attitude is different, right? Don't get me wrong, she's still got attitude. I'm not saying that. I feel like her whole, like, I feel like she's not the same as she was during the Natter era, which is when I quit watching her altogether because I just couldn't take it. I feel like she's more like she was during the BB era. I don't know if we break her up by her men like we do Amber with her girlfriends. So, like, I watched her off and on during BB's time, and then Natter era rolled around. I wasn't even watching Milk Tea at that point because I just couldn't take it. So I feel like her personality has reverted back to that. Don't get me wrong, she's still foodie, so there's that. But I don't know. Maybe I just haven't watched her in a very long time, which is entirely possible. All right, so that was a not Demure cheat day meal, broasted chicken and chips. I really want to watch. I really want to watch this one because I know she's talking about her cravings in the middle of the night when she goes walking in her sleep through the valley of fear, a river so deep. Anyway, but I do also kind of want to go a little bit in order, so I want to watch weekly weigh-in and chatty video, and I think that'll be it. I think we'll just do those 2 videos in this one, and that'll be the end of that. So fortunately, there will be no eating in this one.
Hello, foodie beauties. Welcome back to another video.
Hi.
So today, I thought was weigh-in day. Actually, to make it a proper week, tomorrow would actually be weigh-in day, because the last time I weighed myself was October 8th, and today's the 14th, so I guess technically tomorrow, but I'm doing my weigh-in today. I did my weigh-in today thinking that it was weigh-in day, so I'm going to insert my weigh-in here.
Blurring out feet until I get a pedicure. Last weigh-in was a week ago. 152.4 kg, 335 pounds. Somebody told me that all I have to do is multiply by 2.2 and I get pounds-ish out of it. Alright, so she's down a pound. That's not bad, all things considered. I mean, she could lose more in a week, but considering she had a cheat meal, she had a cheat meal within the first 2 weeks, so you know, a cheat day, excuse me, and a cheat day. I guess what I'm saying is for foodie, this is probably good. I don't know.
So as you can see, I'm down a little bit, almost 2 pounds, and however many kgs. So that's, you know, I'm not going to complain about that.
I don't do the points, like the whatever. I only do whole pounds. So if it says that you're 33.5 and then you're 33.4, you've only lost a pound.
But for me, initially, I go through a larger weight loss amount, usually probably as my body's getting rid of a lot of excess water, retained water and stuff like that. And then it slows down a little bit, and that's fine. For this journey, it's not a diet. It's not something that I'm going to be rushing into. It's you know, no crash diets. It's a lifestyle change. And when it comes to weight loss, actually, when you let your body just do the, you know, when you do what you can do and let your body just adjust and do the rest, I think that's probably the healthier way to do it and the more sustainable way. So
this is one of those moments where she's saying the right things. Amber does this too, especially when they're at the beginning of a diet cycle. They'll and it shows that they know what they need to know, but they don't understand it, right? She knows how this weight loss thing is supposed to work, but I don't think she understands exactly how it works, right? Mainly because she's never successfully done it, so.
For those of you who are new, welcome. And I have a long time history with binge eating disorder, food addiction, and obesity. And I am type 2 diabetic. I have sleep apnea and some other health issues. I've had some operations and other things in the past that have, you know, some health issues. And I do also suffer from depression and anxiety, which I do take medication for. So I'm trying to reverse the sleep apnea for sure. I would love to reverse that, the type 2 diabetes. But the main thing that I'm focusing on right now is to develop a eating pattern that will prevent me from binge eating. On my free time yesterday, I took the time for myself to start rereading books that have made a lot of sense to me in the past, books written by therapists, books written by people who have binge eating disorder and have found a way for them that has worked. The ones that I really, really, really like are I really love the binge code, and I really love reading articles about how to overcome binge eating. I have been to many therapy sessions to try to aid in this. I have been to a binge eating disorder center outpatient program. I was not eligible for an inpatient program.
I remember this little saga. Oh, okay.
So where I was put on Vyvanse, and I really hated the way that made me feel. And at the end of the day, I just ended up being hungrier from not eating all day. So I really don't think for me that the answer is a medication or a magic pill that's gonna help fix what's up here.
I don't remember what Vyvanse is, honestly.
Metformin does sort of curb my appetite a little bit. It upset because I have an upset stomach from it, and it just, it does help with the hunger a little bit. So, but overall, just being consistent with something that I can be is helping my mental health. And so far I've been able to be consistent with what I'm doing, and knock on wood, it seems to be working for the time being. I may have to change course eventually and get, change things a little bit to keep the weight loss going. I don't know how it's going to go.
So she's on metformin then? She's currently taking metformin. Literally everybody I've heard who's gone on metformin has had positive results with it. So if she's still managing to like binge and overeat while taking the metformin, I really think that just points out more how incredibly stubborn she can be, to the point where she is going to do something. And I think that also kind of points out that like her hunger is very much head hunger and not physical hunger. So, but I don't know if she's binged exactly. I haven't gone over her lives. I haven't watched them yet. I'm looking for compilations, and so I don't know what she's done live, but as far as the videos are concerned, even her cheat meal, I mean, she ate it very quickly. Don't get me wrong, and it's not the healthiest thing, but I don't know. I wouldn't call that a binge by any stretch.
But I'm just taking it literally minute by minute at this point. Have I had any really hard moments? Yeah, I have. I have had some tough moments. Yeah, I will say, since Bangkok. There's been...
Every time I hear Bangkok, all I can think of is that song. One night in Bangkok and the hard man. Something, I don't even know the words apparently.
Some, especially at night, where I just have a really, really hard time.
Honestly, I think she has a hard time, especially at night, because she's bored. I said this in the last video. She needs a hobby that will keep her mind busy. She gets into her own head too much. So I just think that like the reason she's having a hard time in the evenings is because she's bored.
So sometimes, usually what I'll do is I'll have a snack at night, and it does help. But the formula that's helped me recently is 3 meals and at least 1 snack and some fruit. So
it's not unreasonable. She was talking about this in the first video we've gone over. I keep saying the first video. It was the first video that I've reacted to in a while. And she was talking about this, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's a very reasonable eating plan. 3 meals, a snack, fruit, veg. There's nothing wrong with it. Her fried roasted chicken thing, even that could be worked in there somewhere. Especially with her, like, I know she's like, well, she's 330 some odd pounds, but I mean, so she could probably still eat 2,000 calories a day and probably still lose weight. So, which will easily accommodate a roasted chicken meal.
So it's really essentially, I guess I'll just say 3 meals and 2 snacks, but the meals are...
she just keeps changing it.
Not huge. That's the deal. That's the key. They're not huge. They're decent sized meals and relatively healthy. They're homemade. So that
homemade does not necessarily mean healthy. Just FYI.
That's what it's been. I've also been doing between 20 to 30 minutes on the treadmill. Now, I know people think that I just started at 10 minutes, and you know what? Basically just, and this is like not nice of me to say, but a big F you to the people who just crap on someone's efforts when they're losing weight. Like, I don't care like who the person is, if you don't like them, whatever. If somebody's trying to improve their life and you're that sad individual who just tries to bring them down, it's just, you're just low.
And that's Foodie talking. That's not Miriam. Somebody told me that, or somebody in the comments said that they thought that she had like dropped the Miriam thing. Maybe she has. I'm just going to keep referring to Miriam as the ideal, as Foodie's ideal. And then point out that when she's not using her low BMI voice, I guess, she's just Chantel.
you're just low. So just 10 minutes is a big deal when you're very sedentary and you couldn't walk 10 minutes straight without sitting before, you know? So, yeah, I think that,
is she maintaining, because I didn't watch the walking video, but did she maintain walking for 10 whole minutes? Because I guess that's going to be her first task, is to get up to a full ass 10 minutes, and then she can work on building it up from there. A couple people did mention that, like, for her, because I was like, why can't you just do 30 minutes? You've got nothing else to do all day. For her, breaking it up, it probably is better, but I still think she should be working towards a whole, like, 30 minutes in one go kind of a thing. But I mean, she's right, and I've seen her physical activity levels. She's moved to Kuwait, so yeah.
But yeah, I know those are haters and they're not worth my time.
Okay.
But there's always going to be,
because you never respond to haters,
people trying to bring you down in life. It's just how life is. It's never going to change. But I digress. All of that to say, a lot of the time I would do 10-minute intervals. So 10 minutes at a time, but a few different times a day. And I haven't gone beyond 30 minutes yet, but I did do 20 minutes all in one shot yesterday, and I felt good about that, and I felt like I
good job.
Could have probably kept on going. So I'll just keep aiming for more and more to do better and better, you know? And I want to get to a point where I can do all of the things I could never do as a larger person. And there's
my only thing is that she's starting in her 40s, and I'm not saying that, like, oh my god, she's so old in her 40s. It's just, it's gonna be harder. And I don't know, there's just something about being in your 40s where you do start to look back and you're like, man, I wish I could have done XYZ earlier, right? So I don't know. And she is a very backwards looking person. Like, she's always looking at her past. All of her stories are from not only her past, but from, like, her childhood past, like her teenage years past. So I don't know, I guess I'm saying I could see her very easily getting caught up in the shoulda coulda woulda of her youth, of a lost youth, because of her obesity. So at the age of 40, I mean, she has no other option. It's not like she can go back in time. So now it's now or never. But at the same time, keep going.
Many. There's so many, you know? So mentally it's been really tough sometimes. Like last night, yesterday I tried using my fitness pal again, counting calories, and I don't think I'm ready for that yet, because I find it just, all this time I haven't been counting calories, okay? And I'm still losing weight, still losing inches. My clothes are fitting me a bit different already. Yes, already.
I can see weight loss, but she's only demonstrated like a pound down. I don't know what she means by inches. The inches don't come off as fast as the pounds will, right? Now there's a point where, like, the pounds will stop coming off and the inches will continue to come off, but even then, they don't come off that fast, right? I don't know. Your mileage may vary.
You can lose a few inches, you know, a week, no problem. And hi, baby.
You can.
And I decided maybe I should start counting calories and see. But I plugged in my numbers, and when I last used the app, it said that I was 367 pounds and not 334. So whenever I put my new weight in, it reduced my calories. Now what's good about that app is that when you add exercise, it does give you more calories based on the exercise. And but
reasons not to use
it wanted
that
me to not go above 1,600 and something calories. And
that's too low.
I panicked because I'm used to eating probably like over 3,000 a day at least, depending, you know, it really depends on what a binge would be like for me, or, you know, but copious amounts of calories every day. I didn't get to the size eating pineapples and salad. So, but if I'm being honest, I decided to do that, and I really like only had enough calories for like 2 decent sized meals and then my snack, and not the 3 meals I've been eating, you know, like.
At 1,600 calories, you only had enough calories for 2 meals? So you want to eat something around 800 calories a meal? Don't get me wrong, I think 1,600 is too low for her. That's just my personal opinion. But usually you're shooting for a meal to be somewhere between maybe 500 to 600, sometimes as low as 4 per meal, and then a snack of no more than like 2, maybe, right? So like, her saying that her decent sized meals are going to be too big to get 3 meals in a day at 1,600 calories. I mean, that might be your first problem there.
Whatever. And I just find that it was just too small. Like, it was not enough. So that by the time nighttime came around and I had my snack already, and I go to bed we go to bed very, very late, okay? Like early hours of the morning. So
no.
There would have been like 4 or 5 hours where I wasn't eating anything based on my fitness pal. And I know that's good for your body, intermittent fasting, but when you're trying to
4 to 5 hours is not intermittent fasting. 4 to 5 hours is like a normal gap.
Recover from binge eating disorder, at least what works for me, fasting is the #1 thing that will trigger me to spiral. And I do agree.
That's not even a fast. 4 to 5 hours.
Fasting is healthy. It does deplete your glycogen stores. It does give your body a rest, your digestive system a rest. But where I'm
after like 10 to 12 hours of not eating
at with my binge eating recovery, there's no way. Even the books I'm reading and the articles I'm reading on how to overcome it, and these are like scholarly articles, okay? They're not just like random people on the internet.
Unlike a certain armchair community, look. Just because you're right. Probably I don't have BD, so don't know, but it does seem to me that like fasting might not be the best option, especially since like a short fast is like 10 hours. So, you know, and it goes up from there. Probably not the best idea, because it seems to me, this is just listening to people, this is just me picking up off of what people have said. It seems to me one of the #1 triggers for BED is just hunger. The feeling of hunger, and especially like a prolonged feeling of hunger, which you're gonna have if you fast. It's just, there's no way around it. So I can totally see how that isn't a great idea for her. I'll go 4 to 5 hours without eating, you guys. That's a fast for me. No, it's still not a fast. That might be a long period of time for you, but that's not a fast. Anyway. Please excuse my cat digging at the door. I'm not going to get up and let him in, and he's too stubborn to quit. So here we are.
You should not let yourself get too hungry, because that will trigger, you know? So for me, a trigger, and you should recognize your triggers in recovery, is knowing your triggers, right? So one of mine is letting myself get too hungry, and because then I just want to eat everything. So I try to eat every few hours, like every 3 to 4 hours max. Okay, so usually every 3 hours. Even if it's something small, but it has to be substantial enough to satisfy that hunger pang. And this is, when I do this consistently, it's developing a pattern of eating. And this is part of repairing my relationship with my dietary habits, with how I eat, with food in general.
She's clearly been reading something, because she's using buzzwords and buzz phrases, which is fine. I'm glad she is. You know, education's the first step. But, I don't know, and maybe she'll get there, assuming she actually succeeds. Maybe she'll get there to the point where she wants to start challenging herself, you know, start pushing her boundaries a little bit beyond 3 to 4 hours. But I've also heard of people who do basically like, it's not quite OMAD. Well, they'll do 1 meal out of the day, and usually either breakfast or dinner. And then every few hours, like 2, maybe 3 hours, they'll eat like 100 calories, 150 calories, just enough to like keep them going, but not like a full ass meal. So basically they're just like grazing, like very, very snacky grazing throughout the rest of the time that they're not eating. So it's not OMAD, but you're only having like 1 meal, but you're still watching the calories in your snacks too, because you don't want your snacks going above a certain amount, right? You don't want like a 300 calorie snack, because that's pushing the boundaries of no longer being a snack, right? So I've heard of people doing that kind of a thing, and it's basically just kind of a, I don't know, I guess it's a blood sugar thing. You just don't want your blood sugar dropping, but it's not fasting either. Like, you wouldn't call that fasting, because you're still eating every 2-3 hours. You're just only having like 150-ish calories every 2-3 hours, right? So I don't know, maybe that's what she's trying to explain here.
So last night I thought, oh my gosh, I need to eat something. Like, I need to. And I made something healthy. I made a tuna fish sandwich with yellow mustard on a multigrain bread,
good.
and I had an ounce of cheese and some pickles and pickled garlic, and
Her and her pickles, man.
that took the hunger away, and my urge to go binge on 3 packs of noodles and 5 bags of chips and all of the cheese in the fridge went away. It went away. So, you know, thank God. But I had that guilt after. Like, I felt like, oh my gosh, like I ate something over above the calories from my Fitness Pal. So right now, that guilt is part of the cycle of the binge cycle, and I need to get away from that. So that's also.
I know calorie counting because I've heard this from multiple people. Again, I don't have BD. I have heard that calorie counting is very triggering, and so they try to not, they try to not have you do that. Never had it before. It makes logical sense because I feel like there might be a sense of panic if you don't eat enough calories, because now you're like convinced that you're going to starve to death. And or like she just said, she went over the calories that MyFitnessPal had given her, and so now she felt guilty because she'd gone over the allotted number, right? When in reality, I mean, she had a tuna fish sandwich on some bread with pickles and an ounce of cheese. I mean, that might have been like maybe 300, maybe 400 calories altogether, right? The bread might have been 100. The cheese was around 100. The tuna fish might have had mayo in it, so we're looking at another 100. So yeah, like 300, 350 calories there. That's not insane, especially for her. So, I don't know. But I can definitely see why, if you're recovering from something like that, you would not want to calorie count, because that meal doesn't sound like it was terrible, but it made her go over her calories, and that is what's triggering the feelings of guilt.
Part of repairing my relationship with food. And for me, like, everyone's journey is different. Not everyone has the same conditions as everyone else. And this is just me. And this is just years and years of doing this and getting to know my body more. So I said to myself,
she has very shifty eyes in general. So sometimes I can't tell if she's going into like her making things up zone. Not necessarily lying, just making things up. Or if she's just incapable of maintaining eye contact for any length of time with the camera.
You know, oh my gosh, my weigh-in tomorrow, I'm not going to have lost weight. I have all this guilt about having eaten something, and you know what? No, it's all just head noise. It's all just noise. You know, there's a lot of noise with eating disorders, and it's learning to deal with those noises that is also an integral part of recovery. So in the end, I had the meal, and I panicked and felt bad, even though it was totally fine because I was awake, right? So I have
as opposed to, I mean, I know that there are sleep eaters, people that basically sleepwalk and they'll eat while they're sleepwalking, but maybe she is one. Maybe that's part of the problem. There have been cases of that. I'm not giving her an excuse. I'm just like, that'd be funny. Like, funny, weird funny, if that's what was all this time. She really has been eating clean, and she really has been sticking to 1,200 calories, and she really has been doing all the things she's supposed to do, but then she's got like sleepwalking where she just goes and clears out the fridge in the middle of the night in her sleep, and she doesn't even remember any of it. I mean, maybe it could happen.
I have to space out my meals better, plan them better and everything, so that I'm not super hungry. I can't go to bed if I'm super hungry. My brain will just not let me sleep. It will just not turn off, and it will be obsessed. The food noise will be deafening. So it's better to eat something healthy than to give into a binge urge. Do you see?
This is kind of why I'm like, I feel like something like Ozempic would help, because it has been shown to help with food noise. But she did say she's on metformin, I believe she said that. So I don't know.
Like what I mean. That's what I've discovered, and I think that the counting calories right now is a bit triggering for me, so I'm just going to put that on the back burner, just continue to do what I'm doing, continue to be consistent with the 3 meals, 2 snacks, and the treadmill, the walking, because it is making me feel a lot better. So yeah, so that's basically what I'm doing at the moment, and inshallah I can keep going. So I will weigh again in a full week's time, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to stick to this formula for now. It's manageable for me, clearly, because usually I would have, totally fallen off by now and spiraled out, especially after my cheat meal. And I didn't allow myself to do that because I actually feel like I want to change now. I think the difference,
that fear of death will get you every time. Sorry.
Is all the other times I didn't really feel
fear death. You didn't really fear death at that point?
Like I could do it, and like I really, really, really wanted to. I wanted to stay comfortable. I wanted to stay comfortable. You know, it's not comfortable. It's just not. So, but neither is being unhealthy. Let's be real, you know? And I want to do so many things, fun things.
Like walk.
I feel old, but I realize I'm young, and you know, if my health improves, I'll be even younger, and I can do even more things. I want to walk from one end of my hometown to the other, like I used to be able to, you know, in my.
But that would require you to go back to your hometown.
My 20s. I want to go to every amusement park and ride every ride, even if I throw up on the spinny ones. I don't care. I don't care. I'll be so happy that I'm fitting in it. I don't care. There's a lot of things I want to do. I don't want to be afraid of a booth at a restaurant anymore, you know? So I used to have to plan outings with my friends, and, you know, I would always have to pick a restaurant based on the tables. You know, do they have tables or booths? Because you're so, you know, concerned about going there and not fitting in the booth and everyone looking at you and you have to change tables. It's just.
I'm not saying that she doesn't genuinely have a concern about fitting into booths, because I would believe that, but this whole story about checking the restaurants to make sure that when she went out with her friends, I don't think that was true. I don't think that was a real story. I think she was making it up because it fits the story, it fits the narrative that she's telling right now. That's just what I pulled out of that, honestly. She just got really shifty and her eyes were going real low for a minute there. But when she said, I don't want to worry about fitting into a booth, that was she was using different body language at that moment. So like that I think is true. I think she does worry about that, especially now. But I don't think there was ever a time where she was checking the restaurants when she was going out with her friends to make sure that she could fit at the tables. I don't think that was a thing. Maybe when she got there, she couldn't fit in the booths, maybe. But I don't think she was checking ahead of time.
Just not fun. So I'm looking forward to shopping for regular clothes and not having to look at specialty clothing stores for fat people. Yeah. You know? There's a lot I can't do right now that I want to do. So all that being said, that's just a little bit of a little talk for you and my weigh-in, which was a day early. But
oh no.
Yeah, I guess that's about it. I will be weighing myself however I want to do it. Like, I think I've proven myself enough at this point that, I mean, I've weighed myself on many scales. The doctor scale would not lie. They want an accurate weight so they can properly give you the proper amount of proper medications and stuff like that. True. So whatever. I mean, if immature adult people there's a whole community of people who just crap on other people, and it's just disgusting. And
are we going to spend the next 4 minutes just bitching about the community? Is that what's about to happen here?
If you want to be those people who don't believe my weigh-ins, I really don't care. It really doesn't affect my progress, actually, so feel free. But yeah, I'm just going to continue to do what I want with my weigh-ins. You know, Salah's not always available to weigh me when I want to weigh in, and I'm not going to like go out of my way to prove myself to people who just continue to come up with excuses.
So yes, we're just going to complain about the community from here on out. All right, cool. I'm going to call it here, honestly, because that seems to be what she's going to do. Like I said earlier, she says the right things, so I know she knows the words and the concepts that she needs to do in order to lose weight, but like the whole knowing how to do the things that she's talking about, I don't know if she does that. Like, she's never successfully lost any significant amount of weight the entire time I've watched her, and that includes the time when she was with BB and she was going to the gym. Like, even then she was not losing a lot. So the whole time I've watched her, she's never really like demonstrated that she knows how to put these concepts into action, I guess is where I'm going. If I mean, I hope she is doing better, as much as I don't like Chantel, because I have my reasons. I do hope that she can get her weight under control, because this might be the last chance she's got. I don't know. We say that a lot about Chantel. I keep saying atomic war, the bombs are going to drop, and there's going to be Twinkies roaches, and Chantel. This woman should have been dead many times over, but here we are. So anyway, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a mouse, because I looked at my mouse, but I mean like the animal mouse. Put a mouse in the comment section as your emoji if you would like. Let me know what you guys think. Your emoji is a mouse. I don't really have anything else to say here. Hopefully she does well. It's all part of the cycle right now, so until she breaks it, we're just part of the cycle. But anyway, I'll see everybody in the next one. Bye! And I would react 5,000 hours, and I'd react 5,000 more, just to be the one reacting on your video and uploading commentary. Na 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 na.